Hey foodies, welcome and welcome back to Cooking with Kiana. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get some juicy and delicious oven roasted chicken. But before I begin, if you are new here, do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss weekly recipes. And leave a like if you enjoy the recipe. Now let's get started. So first things first, we're going to start off by roasting our garlic, and this is going to add so much flavor to our chicken. You're going to grab one head of garlic and you're going to go ahead and cut the tops off, and you want to cut about a quarter of the way up, and you just want to make sure all of your garlic is exposed like you see right here. Now you're going to go ahead and grab a sheet of foil, go ahead and place that down, and you're going to put the garlic right on top of that. Then you're going to add a generous amount of olive oil, okay? You want to make sure you add a lot because this is going to make the garlic super spreadable. And that's what we're looking for. Now you're going to go ahead and season this up with a little bit of salt and pepper. If you want, you can add some fresh herbs on top as well, like some rosemary or some thyme, and you can fold that up into this as well, but you do not have to because we will be using some herbs later. So you're just going to go ahead and fold that up. Make sure there is no holes in there because we are going to place this right in the oven on 400 degrees for about 45 minutes. While the garlic is in the oven roasting, let's get started on prepping these veggies. You'll need one large onion, 2 celery sticks, and 1 large carrot. You're going to go ahead and dice your onion up so it is nice and small. If you want to, you can leave your onions a little bit on the bigger side. You just want to give it a nice rough chop. Then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing to your celery. But with the celery, you want to go ahead and cut those a little bit smaller. You want to try to keep those cuts nice and small. Remember, we're really just using the onions and celery to really flavor up those pan drippings, so do not skip this step. Now, once you have your celery all chopped up, let's move over to our carrots. Now, for the carrots, it's going to be a little bit different. You want to go ahead and cut these up into 1/2 inch thick slices. You want to try to avoid cutting them up too small because you do not want them to become overcooked and mushy in the oven. Alright, so now that we have our veggies all cut up, I'm going to go ahead and sneak in about 3 to 4 medium-sized russet potatoes, and you're just going to go ahead and peel them. Now, if you do not want to peel them, you can go ahead and substitute those for some red potatoes, just to make this a little bit easier for you. Now, the reason why I went ahead and added in those potatoes, because we might as well just make this a one-pot meal. That way you can pop this in the oven and boom, you got you a delicious meal in under an hour. You're going to cut your potatoes into medium-sized chunks. If you want to cut your potatoes a little bit bigger, you can. You just want to make sure they are all the same size so they can cook evenly. So now that we're all done cutting up our veggies, it is time to take that roasted garlic out the oven. Before you open up that foil, you want to let that cool off for about 5 to 10 minutes because it is going to be piping hot. But man, when you open that up, you're going to get hit with all of those aromas. This is going to make your house smell wonderful. And you see how that roasted garlic is dark and rich in color? That is what you are looking for. That is going to give this butter sauce so much flavor. So for this butter sauce, you're going to need a stick of salted butter. You're going to either leave it out for about an hour or two so it can be nice and soft and spreadable. Or if you forget to leave it out, you can pop it in the microwave for about 15 seconds and get the same result. Once your butter is nice and soft and you're all done mixing it up, you're going to grab your roasted garlic and go ahead and squeeze that right into the butter. And just look at how juicy that roasted garlic is. It's because we added all that olive oil in, so it's nice and pliable and spreadable. Now you're going to use this zesty Italian seasoning. This stuff right here is the bomb. I'm telling you, you need to get you some of this. This is so good on chicken or any type of poultry. You're going to go ahead and add in 1 packet. And I know this might look like a lot, but it's not. This is a big old bird, so you definitely do not want to be skimpy with that seasoning because everybody is going to taste it and your chicken is not going to be good. All right. So you're going to go ahead and give that a good stir until everything is well combined and it's a smooth and thick creamy consistency like you see right here. Now let's move on to our dry seasoning mix. You'll need 2 tablespoons of Montreal chicken seasoning, 2 teaspoons of Lawrys seasoning, and 2 tablespoons of onion powder, and a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Then you're gonna go in with your spoon. Go ahead and mix everything up until it is well combined. Once all your seasonings are well combined, you're gonna go ahead and set that aside so we can get started on prepping and seasoning up our chicken. So first things first, you're gonna go ahead and wash off your chicken, and then you're gonna flip the bird over on its stomach because we are gonna be spatchcocking this chicken today. If you don't want to spatchcock your chicken, you don't have to, but just keep in mind that you are gonna want to cook this for a little bit longer if you do not spatchcock it. And what spatchcocking basically is just cutting out that backbone, so when you flip that chicken over, it's gonna lay nice and flat, and that's gonna allow it to be crispy and even all over. So to do that, you're just gonna need to cut along both sides of that backbone until you have completely cut the backbone out. Now, once you have cut that tailbone out, you will have two options. What I like to personally do is put this in a Ziploc bag and place this in my freezer. I like to set this aside for soups and gravies and broths. But if you know you're not going to end up using this, then just go ahead and toss this in the trash. So the next thing you're going to need to do is cut along the breastbone. This is going to allow your chicken to lay really flat when you flip it over. Now, once you flip your chicken over, you're just gonna need to apply a little bit of pressure. Go ahead and bend it like you see me doing right here, because like I said, you want that chicken to lay nice and flat. Then you're gonna go in with a paper towel. Make sure you don't have any excess water on there. And what I like to do is I like to just go underneath the skin with my fingers just to loosen up that skin, because we're gonna be all up under that skin when we season this chicken. So if you need to, go ahead and get you some gloves, because this might get a little bit messy. We're gonna start off by adding the garlic herb butter, and you're just gonna go ahead and spread that all over the skin. Get the wings, get the breasts, get the thighs. Make sure you spread that butter all over the skin, because that is gonna help this chicken brown up nicely. And of course, you can't forget to get under that skin as well, especially the chicken breast, since that tends to be the driest part. So you're gonna make sure you get a good amount up under the breast. Make sure you get some up under those thighs as well. Now you're gonna go ahead and flip that chicken over so you can add that garlic herb butter to the back side as well. So just go ahead and massage that in. And now we can hit it with that seasoning. So just go ahead and add a generous amount. And of course, you're gonna go ahead and massage that in as well. Make sure you get the wings. Make sure you really massage that back, okay? Because that's gonna help penetrate the whole chicken. Now it's time to flip that over and season up the front side. So you're just gonna go ahead and add a generous amount to the skin. And you already know we got to season up under that skin as well. So go ahead and pull that skin back and just go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of seasoning up under there. And then of course, you're going to go in with your hands and massage that in, and just make sure you do that under each leg and under the chicken breast as well. So now you're gonna go in and massage this in one more time. See, I told y'all was gonna get messy. But you know what? That's how you make sure your chicken is nice and well seasoned. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand bland chicken. I gotta be able to taste the flavors. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go in with some freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm just gonna add this onto the skin. I'm just adding this on so this could be nice and crispy and it can add some color. So now you're gonna go ahead and either grab you a large sheet pan or a roasting pan and go ahead and add all your veggies and your potatoes. Then you're gonna add a generous amount of olive oil. You wanna make sure you add a good amount because this is gonna help our veggies roast up nicely. Then you're gonna go ahead and season this up with one of my favorite all-purpose seasonings, complete seasoning. And you're just gonna go ahead and season this to taste. As well as some freshly cracked black pepper. Keep in mind that you don't want to add too much seasoning because we are going to be placing that chicken right on top of the potatoes and it's going to absorb all of those flavors. So now you want to go ahead and stir that all together so everything is well combined. Now you're gonna go ahead and spread out those veggies so they are nice and even. And then you can place your chicken right on top. Make sure you pull those thighs out and prop that chicken up so it looks nice and pretty. Then you're gonna go ahead and cover this up with some foil very tightly. Then pop this in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. After about 15 minutes, go ahead and take this out of the oven, and you're gonna add a cup of white wine to the bottom of your pan, okay? Make sure you do not get it on the actual chicken. Make sure it's only touching the bottom of the pan. Then you're gonna go ahead and pop that back in the oven for about 15 minutes. So after your chicken has cooked for a total of 30 minutes covered, you're gonna go ahead and remove your foil and pop this back in the oven, but this time on 400 degrees for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes are up, you're gonna go ahead and baste the chicken with all of those pan drippings. Then you're gonna place this back in the oven on broil for about 1 to 3 minutes so that skin could get nice and golden brown and crispy. And once this comes out the oven, you're gonna have this delicious roasted chicken. Man, just look how juicy that looks. It just looks so divine. Not to mention the chicken is so crispy. And of course, I gotta go ahead and hit it with those chicken drippings one last time. Just look at how beautiful that chicken is. I cannot wait to cut into this. So of course, you know I'm going to take me a leg. And guys, just look at all that juice that is coming off of my knife. That is how you know this chicken is juicy. Just look at it, guys. And no, I'm not gonna cheat y'all and just show you the leg. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the chicken breast as well. Just look at how juicy that chicken breast is. I hope you guys all enjoyed this recipe. If you did, as always, the full recipe will be listed in the description box below so y'all can make this at home. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.